And now with the upgrade, we only need to stay still for less than 10 seconds.
Less than half of the time, yeah, correct.
Normally the doctors will just say, okay, don't move. After the second don't move, right, it's over.
Yeah, after just saying don't move, and then like pause a while, they say don't move again, 10 seconds is over. They're like, it's done.
Yes.
Welcome back to another episode of I Talk With You, a podcast where we talk about anything and everything related to, the windows of our soul, which is also known as our eyes. Alright, so if you notice, I think we've been MIA for a while now. We're so sorry for that. Actually, we try to make this, very frequent, once a month kind of thing. But lately, life's been tough, a little bit busy. So you're back again. And if you're familiar with the setting, today's setup is a little bit different. We do not have our trusty clock here with, our icons, but the icons and the logos are still here, as you can see. Wonderfully designed by our in-house designers. And so today, before we deep dive into the topic, just like to say, a big welcome to everybody who is the first time viewers of our podcast. We, Optimax It 𝙭𝙨𝙯, would like to, reach out to people in various platforms. Our podcast is one of the platforms that we are actually exploring in this year of 2023. So from time to time, we create new episodes to come up with ideas and contents. And we also invite special guests, which they come over here, share with us a little bit of their knowledge, and also with you as our audience. Okay, so today, we have with us a first timer of our podcast, Ashley James.
Hi everybody, very good afternoon. Glad to be here finally.
Yeah.
And thank you, Nicole, for inviting me to the show. Huh?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So thanks for also taking your time. Actually, he's
Most
a very
welcome.
busy person. So actually, he's our manager for quality control, and he also is also our trainer and head of optometrist. So what happens is, fun fact, actually used to be my trainer when I first joined Optimax back in 2017.
Yes.
So it's been a long while.
It's been a long while, yeah.
Actually, how long have you been with Optimax?
Okay, I started my journey with Optimax in 2013 actually, as a fresh graduate. So currently, until now, 10 years on, it's still my first job right
nice.
here, yeah. And of course, I've learned a lot of things in Optimax. And of course, after many years, when new people come, of course, it's time to pass down that knowledge, right? Yeah, so Nicole is actually one of the people whom I met on her first day. We did the orientation together.
Yeah, correct.
And when you asked me what shirt you wore, I honestly couldn't remember, because I could remember some of the stuff but not yours. But now I think you told me the answer before, right? It was
correct.
black.
Yes, correct.
Like this, right?
Yes, correct. Something similar. Okay, so the
Yes.
idea is, before we hop onto this podcast, we were just remembering the old times of when we first got to know each other. So like I mentioned, the first day I met was on my first day working at Optimax Eye Specialist Center. He was assigned to be my trainer on that day. So I don't know if I can tell this story, but like the first day when I first joined, so I reached early, as usual, a good first day of work kind of person, right? So I report myself to the counter. They say, take a seat, put your bag behind first. Later, someone named Ashley will come and find you. So I was like, okay, nice, happily waiting first. So I was waiting a while. I mean, not long, probably 5 minutes. Then suddenly I saw this one gentleman walking towards my direction, with full
Eye contact.
eye contact, knowing that he's going to come and find me. Then I was like, do I know this fella? Why is he walking so intentionally and purposefully towards me? Because in my mind, when someone said Ashley, I honestly thought it was a lady. And then after that, then he came and introduced, like, I'm supposed to be the one who trained you today. Then I was like, hi Ashley.
It's okay, Nicole. I do get that a lot actually, even new staff that joins like the last few weeks, yeah, they always think that I'm a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just to let you guys know, Ashley, right, actually comes from England. I think the name started off in England. It's supposed to be a girl's name.
Oh, fun fact. But
yeah.
It's supposed to, I think it's very gender neutral.
Hey, I'm so
actually.
sorry. It's supposed to be a boy's name.
Could it be a boy's name?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a boy's name. You see a lot of football players, right? They are named Ashley and they're guys.
And you know who else is Ash? We call him Ash for short, right? So it's like Ash, I think a very famous character is from Ash Ketchum. Pokemon.
Yes, Pokemon.
Right, so the Pokemon trainer name is Ash, and he's obviously a guy. So I think, all this like preset pre-mindset already of how Ashley is a female's name, right? Actually, it's like gender neutral. So yeah,
it's a gender neutral name, so
Correct.
it's okay. I don't mind if you mistaken me for being a lady or a guy.
Which is obviously not.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that.
Okay. Yes.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Okay.
Don't worry, I'm good.
Yeah, but yeah, we've been close friends ever since that. Actually, also guide me a lot when it comes to optometry knowledge, also to understand a little bit more of how the company works and whatnot. So yeah, glad to have you on board today with us.
Most welcome, and thank you very much.
Okay, are you like nervous?
Well, to be frank, right, I would say that I am. But of course, once we get on with the show, of course, things will start to
Flow,
go smoothly, flow
more
better.
naturally lah.
And of course, I hope that I'm able to share, my knowledge or my experiences together with all of you who are watching.
Good.
Yeah.
So I think we did not actually tell the audience what is the title of our episode today.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Actually, right. We just went on to keep talking about ourselves and whatnot. But I mean, this is how we want to make it comfortable for all of us as we start on this podcast here. Podcast is mostly like a conversation that we want to try to make it more easy to understand to everyone, I guess.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, we don't be too nervous.
It's alright. We'll try
to make it as simple as possible. We try to also not go too technical. Probably something very easy terms for everybody to understand lah. So I think for everybody's knowledge, the episode today we're going to be talking about LASIK, laser eye surgery.
Laser eye surgery.
Correct. That is what is people commonly known as lah, right? So it's actually a refractive surgery. Refractive surgery means power lah. So to get rid of your glasses and contact lens. And it's also something that Optimax is also very well known for. We are actually the pioneer of LASIK, right? And so today we'll be talking a little bit more about, the revolution of this technology known as LASIK lah.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
So yeah, I think no one else better to invite to the show other than Ashley over here. So yeah, he's been going through multiple trainings with everybody. I think it's at the back of his mind already. You don't have to talk about this topic.
Yes,
Yeah?
I would like to. I would like to think so.
You like to think so
I
as
would like
well,
to think
also
so,
lah.
yes.
Okay, I think in our first episode of this podcast, we did talk a little bit. We touched about LASIK, and when we say that how LASIK is actually an abbreviation. So that's why when you see it's always capital LASIK. So it's actually a short form for something. Would you like to tell the audience what is the full name of LASIK? Yeah.
So the full name for LASIK, it's actually the abbreviation is LASIK, but the actual full name, right, is what we call laser assisted in situ keratomiliosis. Sounds very scientific, right?
Yes.
But let's just break down the name a little bit. Okay, LA, laser assisted, very straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah, that's his name.
Okay, in situ basically on keratomiliosis. Keratomiliosis is actually a scientific term for corneal reshaping. It comes from the word kerato, which is cornea, and miliosis, reshaping. So it's basically laser assisted keratomiliosis. So in easier terms, we basically use the laser to reshape the cornea. And when we reshape the cornea, right, what we do is we actually correct what we call the refractive error of the eye. So refractive error in simple terms is what we know as power. Your short-sightedness, your astigmatism, for example. Okay? Yeah. So basically that is the term
of it.
Yeah, of it.
So yeah, cornea is actually the front surface of the eye. I forgot to bring our eye model here again today. But don't worry, I think that we do have an eye model actually. Like how we always have it in clinic or whatnot. It's okay, later editing will come up with, cornea, and where is the cornea? Cornea is the front part of the eye where you wear your contact lenses on.
Correct.
It's a transparent layer.
Correct,
that you can
right in front of your eyeball.
Yeah, the frontmost surface of your eye. So for example, if you accidentally touch your eye straight on right now, right, what you're touching is you're actually touching your cornea. Yeah? Alright, so I will actually mention just a very quick one. LASIK, right? The general definition of it is reshaping of your cornea. Alright, so we have to reshape your cornea so that it will get rid of the refractive error, the eye power. Typically, it is done for myopia,
short-sightedness,
astigmatism, and also hyperopia.
Which is far-sightedness.
Yeah, which is far-sightedness lah. Alright, so the idea of LASIK is so that you can see clearly without glasses at the end of the day. Right? We just want to achieve like clarity in vision, glasses free.
Correct. So that's basically the why people want to do LASIK nowadays, right?
Correct.
So they talk about the 5 C's: cash, credit card, car, condo. Yeah, but people who do LASIK, right?
It's about one of the C's.
No, 3 C's.
3 C's lah, which is?
Okay, which is convenience.
Convenience, definitely.
Confidence.
Confidence,
Confidence, yeah? Okay, because a lot of people look better without glasses. Okay,
Okay.
I'm not saying glasses is not good. A lot of people use glasses as fashion statements
Yes,
nowadays
correct,
too,
correct.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but a lot of people just like to be without glasses. Okay, and the final C, cost saving.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's something that not a lot of people think about when it comes about LASIK in terms of cost saving, because it may look like it's a large amount upfront right now, but they did not really think about
The long term.
Correct, the long term. So if you guys are a glasses wearer, typically you have to change glasses, every 2 to 3 years. Typically, sometimes it's not because your power changes, but the condition of the glasses. There's a lot of wear and tear of the glasses itself. Could be scratches, or could be, because when you go and play sports or whatnot, right? So therefore the glasses break. Okay, we have an intermission break. Wow, so our producer Kylie has came over here. We have our eye model. Yeah,
Yay, we have
thank you
an
so
eye model now.
much.
Yes.
We have an
Okay.
eye model with us over here. So we were to backtrack a little bit on where we say we want to do LASIK, right? So LASIK is done. Where do I put my hand? Over here, the front surface of the eye. It's the cornea over here.
Exactly. Yeah.
This eye is pretty cute. It looks a
Yeah.
little bit elongated. Do you feel so?
Yes, a little bit elongated, but at least the structures are intact.
Yeah, but that one, the structures are intact. Thanks so much, my producers. Okay, so going back to earlier about LASIK and the 3 C's of LASIK, we're talking about cost saving and how in the long term, actually, right, it actually could benefit you. Because not only for glasses wearer, sometimes for glasses wearer, they are also contact lens wearer.
Yes.
So there's actually additional costs to that as
That's
well.
right. That's right.
Yeah. So in the long term, it's definitely cost saving. So speaking of which, also we talk a little bit about convenience, right? Not going to lie, because I did laser surgery before already. I did with like Smile, which is now known as Smile, Smile. All right, about 5 years back, and it definitely bring a lot of convenience in my life lah. I think we talked about this the first episode already at that time of how much my refractive error was pre-surgery and how it is now. So definitely to assure everyone, the 3 C's is really
The 3 C's.
the 3 C's, yeah, when it comes to doing laser surgery. Yeah. Okay, so those are like the general importance of why somebody would want to do laser surgery, right? So that is like, if we talk about laser surgery, we're talking about in overall lah, because we haven't really, go down to the different kinds of technology, which is what today's episode is for. So let's just go through again, like we want to bring it back again to the origin of LASIK. So I think today's episode, so we would like to know a little bit more about how LASIK come about. Not only in Malaysia, but generally as a technology. Yeah, so let's just go about like the history of it right now.
Okay. So of course, the history of LASIK, right, started ever since before all of us were born. Like both of us, I'm talking about. Yeah, before we were all born.
Correct,
you see,
that is true.
Nicole.
Let's not disclose our age, but yeah, for
Yes,
a long time.
Yes, it's very, very, very long time. To be frank, I think the idea of doing something to correct your vision without lenses or glasses or contact lenses came about, I would say, in the 1940s, 1950s.
Even before my mom, my dad, and our parents also. Wow.
Yes, yeah. Okay, but of course, technology was quite limited then. Stayed quite silent all the way till the 1970s. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of people also know that a lot of discoveries, scientific discoveries, are made by accidents.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, like for example, the smoke detector. It was supposed to be made to detect poisonous gas, by the manufacturer, the person who created it. But he was smoking his cigarette and the alarm went off. So it became a smoke detector. Similar to what we call certain medications like penicillin, I read it was also actually accidentally discovered due to a messy workplace. For laser treatment, right, okay, I'm not saying that it's something directly by accident. Yeah, it's not, it's never, don't get me wrong. But the concept of it came through an accident. So what happened was in the 1970s, I think there was a very young patient who went to the eye doctor with injuries to his eye. Okay, and if you want to be specific, right, the injuries are basically some glass cuts on his cornea, which is the frontmost part of the eye.
Yeah.
The transparent part over here. Okay, so of course, he went for his checkup. The doctor removed the glass and everything. And then when he went back for follow-up, right, the doctor actually noticed his eyesight improve, Okay, so the doctor theorized that, okay, the injury has caused his cornea to reshapen. Okay, and therefore, this is actually the precursor to a very ancient technology as well to correct eyesight. This has nothing to do with laser. It's something what we call RK, radial keratectomy. Okay, whereby in the olden days, the surgeons, they basically make cuts. Carefully, they cut the cornea, just to reshape the cornea and improve the eyesight. But of course, that's not being done now anymore.
Right?
Yeah. So in the 1980s, the early 1980s, researchers collaborated with IBM. With IBM and they finally managed to create a laser that can safely reshape the cornea and thus correcting the refractive error and the power. And the very first laser eye treatment was actually done in 1987.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and the procedure was known as PRK. So PRK back then, we can only do one eye at a time. Yeah,
True.
Because unfortunately, before we do that procedure, right, basically our cornea has many layers. And in order to reshape the cornea effectively, right, we have to do the reshaping somewhere in the inner layers of the cornea. So basically, we actually have to prepare the cornea before we do the treatment.
Correct.
So right in front of the cornea, right, is actually a very thin layer of skin, and we know what skin does. It's like a barrier, right? It protects the eye. So in PRK, how do we prepare the cornea? We basically need to remove the skin of the cornea. Yeah. So when we remove the skin of the cornea, it's a little bit uncomfortable during the procedure. And after the procedure, it is also still a little uncomfortable because imagine you fall down, there's no skin. Kind of sensitive.
It's like an open wound.
Yeah, kind of sensitive, right? So that's one of the disadvantages. And back then in the early days, we had to actually bandage the eye. So if you bandage one eye, we cannot bandage the other eye because the bandage will have to stay there for about a week.
Correct.
Yeah. So that was the very first generation of LASIK. Yeah, we call it PRK. Of course, PRK has tremendous improvements already. So today, similar techniques are what we known as trans PRK, or in Optimax we call it TESA, TESA, transepithelial surface ablation, or even something like what we call LASIK, or Optimax calls it as ASA, advanced surface ablation. So these procedures are actually a little bit more special for people with thinner corneas or higher powers. Okay? But of course, the recovery time is slow. Yeah, and it's a little bit uncomfortable for the patient, just for a short period of time. By the end of the day, right, when all said and done, everything is recovered nicely, it's basically as good as any other surgery.
Correct.
Yeah,
it's just the recovery, it takes a while, but the end product, like the end of the day, after a certain period of time, you will feel exactly the same like how somebody else who did another kind of laser surgery.
Kind of surgery. It's just the initial procedure. So of course it started off in 1987.
Correct.
Okay. Then after that, we had a newer treatment that started. We call it LASIK. Yeah, which is what we normally call it as well, LASIK. So LASIK, we also need to prepare the cornea. And the first treatment was done in 1990. Okay, 1990. In the US, I believe, not in Malaysia. We started our PRK surgery in 1995 in Optimax.
In Optimax,
And our LASIK surgery we started in 1999. That was when these procedures were FDA approved. That's when we started to do the procedures here in-house in KL, in Malaysia. So moving back to LASIK, we talked about preparation of the cornea, right? So in PRK, we had to sort of remove the skin. Yeah, in LASIK, we actually use a specialized device. Okay, this device creates a flap on the cornea. Basically, it's like we are creating a little window, and from that window, we are just going to gently lift the window. And then we will use a laser to sort of reshape the cornea, and then we are going to put the window back in place, and it's going to heal by itself. You don't need any additional procedure.
Correct.
Yeah. So the advantage of that is that we obviously can do two eyes together, okay?
But it's not as large incision size, or like what we call it as not large surface area.
Yeah, there's basically no open wound.
No open wound.
Yeah, so it's very comfortable. And the recovery is very fast. Okay, so it brings a lot of convenience. So the first C came about here. Convenience. Short term from the day of your surgery onwards. Okay? Yes. Then after that, of course, LASIK technology continued to evolve, right? And like our phones, why we have new models every year.
Correct.
But we don't have a new LASIK treatment every year.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Okay. But yes, the idea is the same.
Technology.
Yeah. We want to sort of improve on the
Definitely.
previous generation's shortcomings. So LASIK was basically second generation. Yeah. So the third generation came all laser LASIK, whereby instead of using the what we call the device to create the flap, we actually use a special laser. That's why we call it all laser LASIK, or today in Optimax we term it as femto LASIK, because the name of the laser is a femtosecond laser, so we
Correct.
call it
Femto LASIK.
femto LASIK. Yes, after the name of the laser. Yeah.
Correct.
So of course, femto LASIK brought about some added advantages. Yeah, over LASIK, because LASIK, right, is also considered slightly invasive, and the criteria for us to safely perform the treatment, right, is actually very strict and very narrow. So in order to safely do LASIK back in the day, right, you need to have a lot of cornea tissue. That's the first thing. Second thing, the shape of your cornea, right, must be very nice and even,
regular, yeah.
very regular. Number three, your power cannot be too extreme. So there's a lot of limitations over there, and not too many people can come forward and get it done. So that's why it came, we had femto LASIK. So femto LASIK basically broadened the criteria a little bit. There's a little bit more leeway for us to undergo a safe treatment. Okay, so 2001, that's when femto LASIK was introduced worldwide. That's when they were FDA approved as well. Optimax adopted that technology in 2005.
Nice.
Okay, so from 2005 all the way to 2013, femto LASIK was actually known as the gold standard of laser vision correction throughout the world, not only in Optimax or Malaysia. Okay, but in 2013 a lot of things changed. That's when I joined Optimax. I'm as old as this treatment.
I thought
My career is as old as this treatment, not me.
I thought you wanted to say, because I joined Optimax in 2013, that's where everything changed as well.
No.
You brought the change to Optimax.
No, the change brought me to Optimax. Okay, because this procedure actually started in August 2013.
So specific, August.
Yeah, August 2013, very specific.
Yeah.
I joined in September. Okay,
Fun
so
fact.
back then everyone was raving all about the new technology, and and of course we don't learn so much of laser in optometry school, right?
Yeah,
so
correct,
everything
correct.
started from scratch when we came here.
For sure.
So I was like, okay, I was quite intrigued. What do we have now?
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, what's the latest thing that is here,
Yeah.
right?
So back then it was actually called a Relax Smile. I'm sure nowadays a lot of people would have heard of it because it's 10 years.
Yeah, correct. 2013 until now.
Yeah, it's been already 10 years since Relax Smile was launched in Malaysia. And Optimax was actually the first center to perform Relax Smile
Correct.
in Malaysia.
Correct.
So the main difference between Relax Smile, but today known as Smile, we'll just call it Smile from now on,
Yeah,
okay?
correct.
And femto LASIK is that Smile does not need a creation of the flap.
Correct.
Okay, so when there's no flap creation, basically that's the main point. Then come a few other sub points, because when there's no flap creation, there are added advantages.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
So the first thing we all probably have read about it, lesser dry eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so dry eyes has been a very common concern,
yeah.
among a lot of prospective LASIK patients.
Yeah.
But based on our experience in the clinic, right, these dry eyes, yes, you will initially experience a little bit more. I'm pretty sure you did as well,
Yeah,
Nicole. For the first few
the
weeks, couple of
initial
months.
initial stage post surgery.
But eventually it gets better.
Correct,
Okay, this
correct.
applies for
For
all
all.
technologies, all more recent technologies, especially, because technology has advanced and we do not touch so much on the physiology of the eye. So in terms of dryness, there's no flap for Smile. It's lesser. Post-operative dry eye, that's the first advantage. Second advantage, very obvious, no flap issues.
No flap issues,
Yeah,
no
like
flap
for example,
complications.
like it or not, accidents may happen, isn't it, Nicole?
True.
Huh? So if we have a flap on our eye, we play a contact spot, something hit our eye real hard. Okay, it's not easy for the flap to move in the
Yeah.
first place, but there's always that possibility.
yeah.
So if that happens, of course, we can do something to rectify the issue, but it becomes a little less convenient for the patient and also for the doctor. But if we do a flapless procedure, we completely eliminate that, right?
Yes, that concern is totally out of the picture right now.
Out of the picture.
Correct, it's considered.
There has been no reports of issues with the cornea flap
At all.
at all. post-relax smile
Yeah,
or post-smile.
correct.
Yeah, and the final one that is actually very close to me personally as a optometrist, as a care provider, eye care provider, is that without the flap, we basically retain the structure of the cornea better.
Correct.
Okay?
Corneal strength.
The corneal strength is so much
Improved,
better.
yeah.
Yeah. So when we have a better corneal strength, right, we actually reduce future issues from happening. You know, the risk actually minimizes by a lot.
Correct.
Yeah. So that is actually how LASIK has evolved since it started from an accident, giving us a concept
Correct.
of corneal reshaping all the way to inventing a laser. We call it an excimer laser to do LASIK and femto LASIK last time, all the way to a flapless procedure called relax smile. Okay, so that is how it has
It's
changed.
evolved. Yeah.
over
How
this time.
technology has become better, right? Over
Yeah,
time.
and especially in the last 10-20 years, technology advancement has been so rapid.
Correct. So discoveries that were made, which caused us to always overcome, shortcomings from the previous generations. Therefore, things are always improving for the better. Exactly like how laser surgery is as well. So why are there new surgeries like smile? Smile was considered as new since it's the latest. Even though it's been here for 10 years, we'll still consider it as the latest and therefore a new technology as well. Also, so yes, it's better, all the added advantage compared to LASIK as well. But this doesn't mean that LASIK is totally bad. There's of course advantages to LASIK as well also. There's just a different kind of way and approach for doing surgery.
Correct. And it also depends on the suitability of the
Correct.
patient, because not everyone can go for LASIK in the first place.
Yes, correct. Like remember Ashley said, totally important factors that we have to consider, of course, will be your corneal thickness, number one, corneal shape, and also your refractive error. But ultimately is your entire eye health as well also lah.
Exactly.
So therefore the importance of doing a pre-surgery eye examination. So complete eye examination is to detect for suitability of treatment suitability. And not only that, our complete eye examination is like 2-in-1 kind of thing. We don't just test for LASIK specifically. We check overall, the entire structure of the eye up towards the back portion here, which is, not sure you can see this, which is the retina and the nerve as well.
Correct.
So it's a 2-in-1 thing to make sure that your eyes are completely healthy, and also to see what kind of treatment that you are suitable for. Because at Optimax, remember we were talking about the generations of LASIK, right? We at Optimax, we actually provide all generations of laser surgery. All right, and the only one in Malaysia actually to give these options to our patient as well. So
there's a vast variety of options for people to select from if they are suitable. Otherwise, we have our optometrists
to advise,
and even our eye doctors. They can actually advise which
what
is
is
probably
the
best treatment. And I need all of you to remember, LASIK is actually a treatment for healthy eyes. That's why we have to go through all the trouble to go through about an hour's worth of checking.
An hour and a half. Actually, we ask you to spend 2 hours in our eye specialist center.
Correct. Yeah, so we want to make sure that everything in the eye is healthy, from the structure of the eye to the function of the eye.
Correct.
Before we say, okay, you can actually proceed for this procedure.
Because our main concern over here right now is your eye health. Right, even if you come to us with an intention of getting LASIK done, we won't just agree to do for it without getting your eyes examined first. You have to come for the examination first to understand more on your eye structure, your eye condition, and what's best for you. Then only we proceed from there. So therefore, the importance of the eye examination, which takes about 2 hours long.
2 hours.
1 hour and a half, 1 hour, 1 hour.
Okay, you know why it's taking so long or not?
Tell us.
Actually, the test is very fast.
Yes.
But we are dedicated to give you the best. So we are going to give you a detailed counselling. Basically, all our patients, anyone who booked in with Optimax Eye Specialist Center, subjected to a private counselling.
Yes, correct.
One-to-one, of course, with family members. If they are present, of course, they are always more than welcome to
join
sit
along,
in and join in. Listen together, get information together, decide together,
True.
So we dedicate roughly half an hour.
Correct. Minimum half an hour when I talk to my patients to have this counseling session with them. We do a one-on-one and it's very customized because we consult you based on the results right, of what we assess throughout the entire eye examination. Therefore, what we advise you is specifically and customized to you as well also.
Yes.
So we would like to spend added time, extra time to make sure you understand, what you're suitable for, what's good for you, and then so you know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
We don't want you to feel pressure to go for it. Just want you to know better, to understand it. Then you decide on your own as well. So if you like to proceed with that or not.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
correct.
correct,
Therefore, the 2 hour long of eye examination and consultation. Whenever I tell my friends or like my patients when I see them, right, surgery is very quick. Surgery is fast because, like you say, technology is be better. I think we'll touch a little bit more into that of like how long you will take inside the surgery room. And the eye examination is the one which take about 2 hours, which is longer than your eye check.
Then the eye
Yeah, the
treatment.
eye treatment, correct. I was confused. This eye examination consultation takes much longer than the eye surgery. So that's the importance of it. Like we want to ensure everything is nice and well. Your eyes are truly healthy. So like actually say, LASIK is for the people with healthy eyes. It's for healthy eyes, just to enhance your vision to see better without the need for glasses lah. So yeah, moving on to say about just now how we have a wide variety of options that we provide here in Optimax. Therefore, we also, receive an award from Malaysia Board of Awards in terms of like providing the most option of laser surgery in Malaysia. Yes, that means when you come to us, we don't only tell you that you can only do this one surgery. If you are suitable to go for all different kinds of surgeries, we have options there for you. Because not everybody's suitable, and it depends on people. Sometimes you might be suitable for option A, but you're not be suitable for option B. So Optimax, we give you these options over there so you can choose what's good for you. I mean, of course, upon advice by your optometrist, your eye care practitioner, and the doctor as well lah.
Yes.
So I think we kind of understand a little bit more now how the evolution of LASIK, how LASIK comes from an accident until the latest technology now. So in this segment over here, we like to, deep dive a little bit more into the latest technology that we have in Malaysia. Okay, and also in the world, and also in Optimax, we will say, okay. So earlier we talked about SMILE, right? And I think we have also already covered the benefits of SMILE compared to a regular LASIK. But now, actually, if you notice, there is even like an upgraded version of SMILE right now. So it has been recently introduced in Malaysia, yes, and also in the world. And then that's what we call as SMILE Pro.
Yes, SMILE Pro.
Yeah, SMILE Pro, right?
Correct.
So I think if you guys have been following us very diligently on our social media, we have been giving out teasers throughout the entire month of what's happening.
Yes.
And also, I think a lot of us are also very intrigued by this. Because when SMILE just came into Malaysia in 2013, also it was like a big deal already of people knowing.
Very big.
Yeah, very big deal of it. What is this latest technology? Why is it flapless? How much can it benefit you, right? So now even an upgraded version to it as well, which is just launched now in 2023, 10 years later. So maybe we can talk a little bit more about that in this episode.
Great. So as Nicole mentioned, SMILE has evolved. Okay, it has received an upgrade. Okay, so for all the people who thought that SMILE was already fantastic, here comes something even better.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just put one thing straight. It's still the same technology.
Correct.
Okay. Basically, in SMILE, what we do is that we use a laser to sort of separate a little portion, within the cornea according to the prescription of your eye. And that little portion is then after that removed through a tiny incision. So you can think of SMILE as like a keyhole treatment. Yeah, keyhole surgery, if you would like to call it that way. So to separate that little portion within the cornea, we need some time as well.
True.
So for the traditional SMILE, typically we say we take roughly between 24 to 26 seconds. So the creation of what we call the lenticule, okay, that's the name of the
structure that we would like to remove from the cornea, lenticule.
The structure we want to remove from the cornea it takes about 24 to 26 seconds to be created.
Correct.
Thereafter, the doctor would actually have to remove the lenticule manually on his own. So I think if you ask a lot of SMILE patients, Nicole, you included, I think that 24 to 26 seconds was the longest 24 to 26 seconds of your life.
Correct. Exactly what I wanted to say. So yes, correct. It was 25 seconds specifically in my case. So I said 24 to 26. It really does depend on individual. But in my case, it was 25 seconds to be exact. I'm pretty sure the majority of us is also 25. I wanted to ask like Kylie over there if she's also 25 seconds for your case. Yeah, so majority is 25. So I really remember. And I keep telling my patient this as well. When you do SMILE, right? Yes, it's very quick surgery, very fast. But there's a 25-second part there, which is like probably the most important 25 seconds of your life.
Yes.
This is because the formation of the the laser is forming your lenticule.
Correct. And in order for it to be done very well, right, the patient has to be really cooperative.
Correct.
Okay, I mean 25 seconds is actually very short in reality, but when you are under
The surgery bed is different.
it's
Yeah.
different, you know, then you have somebody counting down 25, 24, 23, 22.
Correct. Correct.
It adds a little bit more nervousness to
Correct.
you. Yeah, because during that period, we have to keep really still.
Really still.
Really still, yeah.
I remember what I see, from a patient's point of view. So during surgery, you are lying down, right? So you're lying down on the surgery bed, very comfortable, so you don't have to worry about that. You're really lying down. You generally won't be able to move your head as well. So, and we also don't recommend you to move around. Make sure you're in a comfortable setting, lying down. And then when the machine is placed close to your eye, what happens is you can see a green light. Yeah, so this is the green blinking light, which works as a fixation target. Because like we were mentioning earlier, how this 25 seconds is a very important 25 seconds. You have to look straight. So you looking straight, of course, we have to give you a target to look at, right? So your target is actually a green blinking light. So I remember, the operation theatre staff inside there were doing the countdown, which yes, it's a little bit kanchiong because they were doing the countdown.
But it's a very important process.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Because it also helps you as a patient to expect, you have the expectation of when I need to keep on focusing.
How long more
you need to focus. So there's somebody guiding you as well. So we're doing a countdown 25, 24, 23. All you do is really just look at the green light. So that's why it's very important to stay still, and we need, full cooperation of a patient who does smile to stay still for 25 seconds.
Correct. Okay. And now with the upgrade,
correct,
we only need to stay still for less than 10 seconds.
Yes. Imagine it's like more than half of the time needed.
Correct.
Less than half of the time.
No, it's actually less.
Less than half of the time, correct, for you to stay still underneath the surgery bed.
Correct. And the feedback from doctors, that I spoke to, our own doctors in Malaysia, they say, because normally the doctors will just say, okay, don't move. Then after the second don't move, right, it's over.
Yeah, after just saying don't move, and then pause a while, they say don't move again, 10 seconds is over. They're it's done.
Yes. So it kind of ended before it actually started.
Correct.
So that is basically the first advantage, which I personally think is something very, very significant.
Yes, definitely. The longer you stay under the surgery bed, even though we say just mere seconds, 30 seconds, 25 seconds, it's still a duration. And now when there's a cut in the duration, right, you don't have to be under the surgery bed for very long. And there's also studies who say that, the shorter you are under the surgery bed, the less risk there is for a surgery to be aborted.
Okay, we were more likely to be able to continue the treatment on the same day.
Correct.
Most of the time, because the important duration is just really short. So I would say a lot of people, if not all, can actually get that done. 10 seconds, just staring at a target for about 10 seconds. I don't think it's that difficult now.
Correct. I think generally, of course, we talk about the idea of less than a minute, a few seconds, or 30 seconds, also people think it's fast. But now to say that it's even 10 seconds, or maybe less, depending, right? It's definitely something very achievable for every patient as well. So
no problems.
So if your concern is also, I'm scared I cannot hold my gaze, hold my blink for 10 seconds. Actually, it's like I said, it ended even before it started. It's that quick already now.
Yes.
That is such you would say the most greatest
the greatest
upgrade when it comes to this Smile Pro.
Yes. Okay. So the patients like it.
Correct.
The doctors also like it, and that's only the first thing. We have some other features as well
correct,
that are upgraded.
That are upgraded.
So basically, the new Smile Pro comes with what we call smart robotics.
Yeah.
When we have smart robotics, we are talking about eye tracking.
Oh yeah. Correct.
Okay. Because scientifically speaking, whenever we are staring straight ahead, we think that we are not moving.
Yeah. Correct.
But actually, our eyes are moving very, very slightly.
Yeah.
Because of the eye muscles, which actually is beyond our control.
Correct.
So there's these really tiny movements. So with an improved robotics, right, we can center the eye better.
Correct.
Okay. We can control I wouldn't say control the eye movement, but then it kind of follows the eye movement a little bit better as well. So it gives us a more precise kind of correction.
Yeah.
And it also helps in people with higher astigmatism now. Okay, because the eye tracker has improved. Basically, the machine the microscope can sort of track if the eyes are rotating as well, and that's actually something very important for someone with high astig.
Correct.
Okay, so this is an added feature.
Yeah. Astigmatism is because of the irregularities of the cornea, right? So that's why it's very important when you do laser surgery to stay still, is so that we can also remove your astigmatism precisely.
Precisely,
Correct.
With this added advancement in technology, it's even more automated and more precise. So that's the second advantage. They have a third advantage. They have what they call the patient skylighting, was it right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
For comfort of the patients.
For comfort of the patient. So basically, when you have the patient skylighting, personally, I've not went under to have a look how it looks like, but we were told that there is something like a background, you know, that when you are looking at the green target, like Nicole said just now, right? It feels like you are staring into space.
Okay.
Something like that, you feel like you're looking somewhere really far away. So it basically makes you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, correct.
You're able to focus better. And if you're able to focus better, right, of course the outcome of
will
the
be
treatment
better,
will be so much
definitely.
better.
Yes.
So all these are basically just to aid the patient and also the surgeon in order for us to get a very successful treatment.
Correct. So these are actually added benefits which are very important for a successful treatment. Not to say that other treatments aren't successful. It definitely is successful. It definitely is precise. But these are just more, one step
upgrade.
better. It's an upgrade. So definitely excited, for, our patients who haven't done any surgery yet. If you ask me, of course, I would prefer to go for this, Smile Pro instead of React Smile, which I did the other day as well. So because it's all of this, technology advancement that could cause so much advantages. So
you see, Nicole did the traditional smile, right?
Yeah.
She's still fine, like totally fine until today.
Yes, definitely.
But of course, Nicole, I'm quite glad you did not wait another 7 years. How many years did you do? When did you do your smile?
I did it in 2018, in April 18.
April 2018. So then
it's 5 years, five and a half
years. So you see, you basically saved 1C. Yeah, otherwise in these five years, right, you didn't
5 years
wear
of
glasses.
Correct, of my cost,
Yeah.
Imagine 5 years of changing glasses maybe twice or
Twice.
3 times.
Correct.
Not to mention about contact lenses usage. Contact lens, not only just the contact lens itself, your multi-purpose solution, your casing, to take care of it.
Correct.
So all those, I saved definitely on that 1C over there. So I timed it very nicely as well. So I used to be a very heavy contact lens wearer, and I knew when my contact lens is finishing, I was like, I'm not going to buy a next batch. I'm just going to finish up this contact lens and straight away go for surgery. So that's why I always tell my patients as well, when is the right time as well. So, you can also see, when your contact lens is finishing and you already had that thought of doing laser surgery. So don't waste money, save this particular cost, put it into, this long-term investment, we would say.
Long-term investment, that's the right word.
So I'm also pretty glad. I tell a lot of my patients that honestly, what this smile surgery that I did was one of the best decisions that I've ever made that year. Because I still remember when I woke up, right, the next day after surgery, I did surgery on a Wednesday, I remember. Thursday when I woke up, I could look outside my room clearly. Typically, the first thing I would do is grab my glasses first because I had a power of minus 6.5.
Quite high.
Which is, considerably high. So I really couldn't function without my glasses. So the thing is, when I woke up the next day, I was surprised. We all knew that the vision recovery takes about 1 to 3 days. So the entire day of surgery, it was foggy. But when I woke up the next day, I honestly could feel my vision was 99% or maybe even 100%. Because I could immediately see outside my room. And I went for my first day, 1 day checkup, and I could also rate up to 20/20 already. So that is how good technology is even at Smile. So now imagine with Smile Pro, all the added benefit that we were just talking about earlier, right? Definitely is something good, we would say,
Correct.
and encouraging to patients who are still considering to do laser surgery.
Exactly. So it's so much more convenient for the patient and also for the surgeon.
Correct.
So give it a go. If you're contemplating, come check this out.
Correct.
And it's currently only available here in Optimax.
Correct. So at Optimax, we are so far the only eye specialist center in Malaysia to offer this. So on top of the wide options that we provide, this is additional some more for you. So it's something you can come to us for a one-stop center, I would say. Come to us, get your eye examined first, and then we can proceed from there. So which is something I would say
exciting.
Exciting to know, how technology has advanced, right?
Yes.
And what else is in store in the future, we wouldn't know.
Yeah, we wouldn't know. And I was telling a lot of my patients last time, I really do not know how smile can get better.
Yeah.
But you
But
see
it
now it got even better.
apparently it can.
It
Yeah.
got better, yes.
And it got better, correct. I also remember you
Yeah.
told me this as well. And I was like, yeah, that is true. Smile is such a great technology already. Who knew? With this Smile Pro, it's even better right now as
Yes,
well. So this is exciting times, I would say, that you can come over, check out like the Smile Pro options that we have for you. All these things are really exciting. I don't know how else to describe this, right?
Yeah.
Even us as optometrists also, we feel excited for this new technology that's in the
Correct.
market.
Yes.
And I'm sure I think it reflects as well also. So it's good. And also don't be, if fear again is your number one concern when it comes to surgery, not only smile, general surgery of laser refractive surgery. We are here to assure you also, surgery, laser surgery overall, it's a very, very safe procedure.
Yeah, look at Nicole.
Yes, look at me. Look at almost all the stuff of Optimax also who did surgery.
Yeah,
It's
that's actually a lot, right?
It's amazing in terms of safety, right? You really don't have to worry. Of course, given that you come for the eye examination first, we have to make sure you are a suitable candidate.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is the number one thing. If you don't know where to start, always start by doing your eye examination first. Of course, it's good, to have this keen excitement to go for surgery, but take one step at a time first. Come and understand your eye health, learn better what's good for you, the different kind of procedures, more in depth of what laser surgery can do for you.
Yeah, that's actually very sound advice.
That is the first step you can take as well. So rather than thinking of the what if, what about that, I heard laser is bad, I heard LASIK is dangerous, all those kind of thing, rather than reading things online, it's always best to go yourself in person for a one-on-one consultation.
Correct.
Yes.
So the person who knows the most, the people who know the most are the best people to advise you.
Correct. Right. Yes. So don't just, Google stuff. We are a very Google generation now, which is good. Google brings a lot of its advantages as well. But when it comes to health specifically, right, it's a very individual thing.
Yeah, Dr. Google here and there.
We can't be Dr. Google, and we will not advise you to be Dr. Google as well. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it's good. But of course, if you really want first-hand information, let's get it from a very reliable source.
Yeah, it's getting from a very reliable source. And also, rather than you scare yourself on the unknown, better to go and get a more thorough consultation, more thorough view, knowledge about things like this. So exciting times, especially about the Smile Pro. I think that's what we've been busy with. Like we say, we've been MIA in this podcast for about months already, right? So because we are very excited to launch this Smile Pro, and it's already here in Optimax. The one and only center. We are the first center who actually did LASIK in Malaysia back in 1995, like Ashley was saying, until the first center to bring Smile to Malaysia in 2013. And then now to bring Smile Pro in Malaysia in 2023. So the pioneer of many laser surgery technologies here in Optimax. So yeah, it's a good place to be at. Correct. Yeah, we are a pioneer, we would say. Our doctors. I'm pretty sure, if you talk about laser surgery, you always think about if you Google number one doctor, you will see Dr. Steven. So if you go back again, talk about laser surgery in Malaysia, actually Dr. Steven Chung is the pioneer refractive surgeon in Optimax in Malaysia as well. So, all right.
And now, since Optimax has progressed, expanded, we have so many doctors, and all of them are actually well versed, in doing any kind of refractive surgery.
Correct.
Yeah. So actually, not only Dr. Steven,
yes,
everyone else.
Correct. All the doctors that do us refractive surgery are all professionally trained. Alright, here in Optimax, then they are, able to do surgery. And surgery, like we say, I cannot emphasize how safe it is, to go for surgery. Of course, yes, there are risks, like we were talking earlier about dry eye. So all of this, we are very honest with you about the side effects, like dry eyes, what to expect after surgery, how long it will be. So those are things that, you will find out more when you come for eye examination. And we will tell you about it as well. So, whatever concerns you have about laser surgery, can feel free to let us know, drop by the comment section over there. We can answer your inquiries, but of course it's always best to come for an in-person consultation. So yeah, today's podcast specifically is also to introduce Smile Pro. I think you can see how excited we were to explain about the upgrade in this technology, right?
Exactly.
Exciting times ahead, we would say. any other thing that we would like to share for today? I think roughly we covered it all already, right?
Yes, I think we roughly covered it all. I mean, do we have like still a trivia session later or not so much? We can do it now.
I don't think trivia session
No
will be there. No lah. Maybe we can
Okay.
do a trivia session. Oh, the honks again. This is not the first time. I think for you guys have viewed our podcast before, not the first time, but it's okay, you know. Parcel of life. Trivia session, I think maybe we can keep that for another day, right?
Another
The
day.
trivia session, you
Yeah.
know. I think we wanted to make this like a very chill session and all. I think also it's been about like 30 to 40 minutes of talking already. So yeah, did not really feel like that, right? But it's fun. I hope the audience as well also, you know, enjoy this informative session. You get to know more about LASIK, how it came about, even up to the years of how technology progressed. Who knew, right? It came from, like you say, someone had an accident and then it evolved until where it is today. Yeah, so I think yes, that's the general thing that we like to bring forward in today's episode. I would like to say the key takeaway is something that we've been emphasizing the last few minutes. You know, come for your eye examination first. You know, eye examination, get to know about your eye health, treatment suitability, what's good for you.
There's a lot to explore.
Yeah, there's a lot to explore, a lot of things to know. So when it comes to your eyes, rather than just checking for your eye power. So yeah, I guess. Is there any other thing else you would like to say, Ashley?
No, I think Nicole summed it up very well. Huh? So just get your eyes tested if if let's say you're very curious about knowing more about laser eye surgery or even the latest technology, Smile Pro. Yeah, do drop by. Yeah. To get your eyes tested, and of course we have our professional optometrists and doctors who are qualified and trained to actually explain the facts to you well.
Correct.
All right. So I would say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you so much also, Ashley, for joining us.
Nicole.
Yes.
Most welcome, Nicole. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you also for everybody for joining us in this I cannot remember episode what, but yes, episode on laser refractive surgery, the evolution of it, and also the introduction of Smile Pro. So if any questions, you can always feel free, to stay tuned to our social media page. We are on Spotify, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, xiaohongshu, whichever platform you can think about, we are there as well. So, alright, so I hope you guys have a great day. Hope to see you in the next episode, and goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in. Take care.